Leicester fan 80 says, anyone who actively picks Wout-Face every week deserves sacking from week one. Marti is so out of his depth, it is unreal. Welcome back to Where Foxes Walk. This is 20 minutes of Leicester City chat, looking through all the wild tweets and opinions of Leicester City fans following the debacle that was that Sheffield United game at the weekend. Are you now Marti out? Lots of fans have joined that bandwagon this weekend. We'll check in with Jim to see whether he is one of them. Also coming up this week, we're looking at the Christmas fixtures for Leicester. How many points will we be picking up there? We're also talking about the FA Cup draw. Do we care? And if so, who do we want in the draw? And we're also looking at the letter H this week as we do our A to Z every week of Leicester City players. Who is the one legend in your eyes, beginning with H, that should getting the Leicester City A to Z? Hope you're well. Great to have you with us. There's loads of great Leicester podcasts out there, Blue Tinted Glasses, etc., etc. But this is 20 minutes of looking back at lots of fans' opinions. And Jim, it's fair to say that this weekend there haven't been many polite ones about this squad. Where are you at with this Marti debate? It's not all his fault, is it?
No, it's not all his fault. I mean, he's inherited a squad that's full of absolute deadwood and dross. But he's trying to implement a style which doesn't work for the players that we've got. They just aren't good enough for it. And unfortunately, managers do take the blame for when teams do bad. And unfortunately, in my opinion, he has done what he can. And if we want to go in the right direction, we need to swap.
There's a few that are now saying, look, I wish him all the best. He's done what he, like you said, he these players aren't performing for him. Son here says, in response to those, we're calling Marti to be sacked. Who next then to be sacked until this squad is fully changed? This squad isn't Marti's, it wasn't Rude's, it wasn't Cooper's, and it definitely wasn't Enzo's. It's a failed, aged Premier League team, still on Champions League wages. It's Rudkin's team. Do you agree with that?
Oh, 100%. It's not, no matter what manager comes in, they've still got to deal with what we've got. And unfortunately, what we've got is the fault of one man, like I said, which is Rudkin. And, signing Vestergaard to a new deal, I think it was last year, the 3-year deal. Who in their right mind thought that was a good idea? I don't know. There's just too many players that can't be moved on because they're on too much money and they don't want to go. And the fact that no one wants them because they're that bad. And like I said, no matter what manager comes in, they are going to have to deal with the same stuff. But I just think we need a new approach, a new style, new eyes on the matter. And I think that is what is needed for us to move, hopefully, in the right direction to what will be, in my opinion, I've said this from the start of the season, a mid-season finish this year and try and build again for next year.
Yeah, let's look at some more of these, shall we? Callum says, I can't get behind this. They showed fight in the second half brigade. Show it for the full 90 minutes every game. Doesn't matter if they got 2 goals back in the second half. The game was done and it was embarrassing. Yeah, obviously that's in response to coming back into it in the second half. You shouldn't be 3-0 down to a relegation side though, should you? At home?
No, you shouldn't be 3-0 down at home to anybody in that league. No disrespect to any other team. And to Sheffield United, a team that are underperforming. They should be a lot higher than they are with the manager and the players they've got. But end of the day, they were second bottom at the time. And there is no justification and no defence for that team being 3-0 down, even 2-0 down after 5 minutes. I couldn't believe what I was seeing after 5 minutes. And then 3-0 after 34 minutes. It's okay playing in the second half and getting 2 goals back, but the damage was already done. And 3 goals at half-time is a long way to come back from, especially in this league. And it showed because we didn't get there.
Yeah. Some like Linda says, please just go 4-4-2, drive to the byline, swap the wingers, do an inverted trendy winger garbage, just narrows the field, which we've been using, of course. We also need 2 strikers. Daka always plays better with a strike partner. And please drop Fez. Yeah, how can you be so blind? Obviously, lots of calls for that. I mean, it seems like he's becoming the scapegoat, Jim, every single week, Fez. But yeah, do you agree with lots on there, or is it wishful thinking?
No, I mean, 4-4-2 is a bit outdated, don't get me wrong. I mean, it worked under Ranieri, but I've always liked the 3-5-2. I do agree with 2 strikers. I do believe that Daka plays better with 2, like when he played with Iheanacho. I just don't think that we've got the players available. Like we've got Vestergaard and Fars at the back. Coley's injured. Nelson's injured. Obviously, Aluko got sent off against Southampton, and I know he was a left back, but he could drop in. We haven't really got anybody, unless you dive into the under-21s, to come in and help at the back. And, Gasutra's still on his way back from injury. So Fazby, unfortunately, is going to be there game after game. But no one's performing well. The wingers aren't performing well. Like, Fataru's been awful this year. Mavadidi's only just coming back to a little bit of the Mavadidi that we all know and love. And, I just think no matter what formation you play with these players, it just isn't going to do anything.
Any players stood out for you in terms of praise? I mean, great goal again by, our man. It's the only one positive we talk about every single week, Justin. But anybody else?
I can't think of it. I mean, Mavadidi showed glimpses now and again. I mean, Skip played in defence against Sheffield United. He dropped back a lot more. But, I just think, apart from James, there's no one in that team that actually shows like they care. And it's just hard to pick anyone out. Begovic, he's been really good in there. I know he's conceded goals galore, but he's also kept us in the game some of the time because he pulled off some fantastic saves. But, there's just I'm not looking forward to any games. I just don't look forward to Saturdays anymore or Tuesdays when I know Leicester are playing. I really don't. And we've got Derby next week, and I'm from Derby, and all my mates support Derby. So there's a lot of people that's going to rub it in if we lose that game, I'm telling you now.
Yeah, people leaving on 35 minutes when the third goal gets in as well, going toxic. Rudkin with all the security guards around him as well, just feels a world away, doesn't it, from times in the Premier League. And Leicester scoring free will under Premier League managers. Let us know what you think in the comments then, please. I want to get a gauge on this. Are you Marti in or am I out? Can we find any Marti in fans left? I'm hoping there'll be some. I do believe he's a decent manager, but I do believe, like you say, he has been handcuffed. Like you say, Derby then coming up. We'll have a look at the other Christmas fixtures as well here. Then and there's this weird thing going on here where you have this double header with Derby to bookend the month there, Jim, and then obviously in between that we've got Bristol City, Ipswich, which are going to be very, very tough games in themselves, and then Marti has to go back to QPR if he's still in charge, of course, by that point, and then tricky game against Watford. Of course, none of these are easy, are they? When you look at them on paper.
Oh no, there's never an easy game in the Championship, as it proved against Sheffield United, who were second bottom. I can't see us picking up more than one win in them games, and that might be against Watford. I can't see. I think probably 4 points if we're lucky. 1 win, 1 draw. The rest are losses. To the way we're playing at the minute, I just can't see us beating anyone. I really can't.
Do you think they'll fire the bullet?
Pardon?
Do you think they'll fire the bullet? Do you think they'll sack him?
I want them to, but I know it's going to cost from what I've read, about 2 million to sack him. And with everything going on with PSR and the point deduction and everything like that, I think if we lose on Saturday against Derby, he will go. But in my opinion, he needs to go before that. You can't give another manager another week with the same players and the same system when it hasn't worked for 18 games. And hope he turns it around against Derby that are playing outstandingly well, who were lucky to lose against Middlesbrough.
Yeah, good points. Let us know what you think. The FA Cup job will be made between now and when we talk again. So I know you probably don't really care too much about it, but you are the Championship's most recent winners, of course, of the competition, and good cup pedigree. Who do you want in the third round draw?
I want someone low, just to try and get a bit of confidence in that team. And I don't mind if it's like Leighton Orient, Salford, just someone low that we can win, hopefully win comfortably, 2-3, 4-0, whatever, and just try and get a bit of confidence back into them players and know that they can win games. And not every game is going to be a loss or a draw. We just need a bit of confidence installing back into the players. And I think a lower team will hopefully, although it's not always the case, do that.
Okay. Finally, this week we're doing the A to Z of Leicester City, and we're up to letter H This week, Jim, have you got anybody that you'd put in for this?
I've been trying to think of H's, and the only person I can think of quickly off the top of my head is Harry Maguire. I just can't think of, or unfortunately, think of many H's.
I'm sure some of our older viewers watching will be
Yeah, they'll probably
hopefully to
help
have
us
more
out.
comments and point out some managers or some players in the past that are legends of Leicester City and help us out with H. Right, cheers, Jim. I know it's been difficult because no one wants to relive a game like that, but I appreciate you doing so, mate. Fingers crossed against Derby, especially. You'll have to face the WhatsApps and the music, won't you? All that coming
Yes.
in. Derby fans are already talking about Leicester as well. Looking forward to this one. I mean, in terms of it being, it's local, obviously, but it's not your Derby, is it? As such, it's definitely not theirs. But is there mutual, some mutual dislike of Forest? Have you got like something in common there? Do you prefer Derby over Forest? Or?
Personally, I'm not one of these people who rely on rivalries. I mean, there is Midland rivals, but close rivals, they're not really. They're just more try and one up them kind of thing. Oh, East Midlands, we're the best East Midland teams kind of thing. But I don't think there's much in common. It's just bragging rights for East Midlands, in my opinion.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck against Derby then. We will see you back here in 7 days' time. If you've just come across the channel, do show us a quick subscribe and a quick like. That'd be absolutely amazing. Cheers, Jim. Thank you all very
Thank
much
you
for
very much.
watching. Have
Take
a
care.
good week.